object model. Every page, okay, where this page, web page resides actually, the page resides inside a browser. Okay, the page resides in a browser is called as an object. See, this is a browser. Inside this browser, the page is residing. Inside this browser, page is residing. Why this page is able to see? We are able to see because the browser is supported JavaScript. That's why we are able to see. Whenever you open .html page, see your browser able to read the JavaScript code. That means your browser should support JavaScript. Then only we can execute our code. Otherwise, you can't execute. Okay, clear? Once we
Yes, sir.
launch HTML code, it renders these pages. So how many pages are there in this browser? Currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages are there, also called as tabs. Each and every tab is a new instance of the browser. Each browser contains a page. The page is called as an object. The page, whatever we are seeing is right, that is an object. Okay. Here you can see developer mode, developer tools. Yeah, here you can see the HTML structure of the page. Look at here. See, concatenate alphanumeric, okay, 0 equal to 12 and so on. So what is this actually? Simply, is it a actual HTML code which you have written? No, it's not actual HTML code. Whatever it is showing, it is representing here. Okay, so this is the code which we are using currently. This is the code which we are using, JavaScript, text and so on. So once you run this code, automatically this test script gets executed on the browser and shows the test results. See, this is the code which you have written. Okay.
Okay.
So what about this then? Script returns some values, right? The script, after executing the script, whatever you are seeing, that also comes here. So do you have this code inside our HTML? No, see, there's no code. We have only script. Okay, that's why this page is called as an object. In this page object, we have so many elements are there. See, if you want to use a console, you can definitely use a console here. You want to use a what you call console.log, console.log of hello world. See how that is able to print this hello world, because your browser support JavaScript. That's why we are able to execute the scripts, actually JavaScripts.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Second thing, yeah, the document object represents HTML document. Okay, so this document object, whatever the page we are calling as an object, it supports so many built-in functions. Okay, it supports so many built-in functions. So whatever the content you are seeing in the code is accessed by using document object model. That's why I call it a DOM. Okay, these objects basically organizes or follows a certain hierarchy. What is that hierarchy? So what is that hierarchy? I will show you. Okay, DOM structure. So nothing actually, the parent object in the DOM structure is actually window. After that window, we have a document. Inside a document, we have so many sub objects will be there. Okay, I will show you. This image is appropriate one. See, first one is a document. Inside a document, we have root element called HTML. Inside that, there are two siblings. One is header, another one is body. These are siblings. Okay. Inside header,
sir.
again, we have a child title. What is text? Text is an attribute. So here again, element body is there. Body element, again we have few more siblings. These are actually web elements. The first element is here we have used anchor tag, attribute is href, and element is a, and another element is h1. That means Inside a body, there are two elements, anchor and a header. Both are strings. Anchor has a property called href and the text value is mylink. And similarly, element where the text value is mylink. Okay. So basically, this is what we follow. No, I'm just checking one more image where it will show the complete hierarchy. Okay, DOM structure. Yeah, this is appropriate one. See here, in HTML DOM, window object is at the top hierarchy. Top of the hierarchy is window. See, this is a window hierarchy, topmost object. Inside, below window, we have another object called document object. Okay, so that means the top of the hierarchy is a window object. It's the utmost element in the hierarchy, and the next one is a document. Document is a child to window. So we are using a window.print, navigate, and so on. So those are actually methods available at a window element. Window print. Do you remember? Wait for some time. Static wait. Okay, window.print. Okay, so those methods are window object. Under this window, we have another object called document. We are using document.find element by ID, find element by tag name, find element by text. Remember? So that is another object called document. Each HTML document that automatically gets loaded into window. What happens actually? It becomes a document object. Whatever the objects, see, forms, anchors, images, text box, radio button, checkboxes, all are children to document only. That's why we are able to access all the properties of these elements using document object. Document dot get element element by ID. That means document is a super class. Inside that, one of the method is get element by ID. Why we are able to access this method on a particular element? Because remaining all elements are children to document. That's why. Okay. So document contains the content of the page. Whatever the content we are designing inside a HTML page comes under document. Okay. Then coming to object. Okay. What are the objects comes under a document? Form object, anchors object, and images.
Image object.
Okay. Everything is enclosed in the form. Whatever there inside the form, that is enclosed with the form. Inside that we have a division, we have a select list, we have a button, we have a text box, we have a radio button, we have checkbox, comes under forms. Okay, that means everything enclosed in the form tag sets the form object. And images, anchors, anchors means, if you want to go to the external pages, we use anchor tags. Anchor tags basically provide a href where you have to provide the link to refer another external URLs. Images also, we simply add an image tag. Inside that we have to provide a JP, image path. Automatically the path will be displayed in your page. Right? Are you clear?
Yes, sir, JPG. Yes, sir.
Anchor tags. Yeah, here I think. Source, you have to provide an alternate text width and height. That is enough for image. And for links also, this is also very simple. You simply use anchor tag. This is an anchor tag. You simply go to that particular link. Okay, if you want to refer or if you want to navigate to the external links, we use anchor tags. This is a link text. This is the link text. So coming to this thing, under window, we have a frame. Okay, we have a frame, window.frame and all we use, and window.parent, after that, the next object is document.forms, document.text, document.image, and so on. Okay, so inside document, we have discussed, and then these are the text objects. Okay, then coming to control statements, control elements. How do you control these elements actually? So these are control elements. text box, radio button, check boxes, select list, text area button. These are actually control elements. Why you are calling it as a control elements? Okay.
This is like
So
total
basically, we
buttons.
control a page by using these elements. That's why we call as a form control elements. Form control elements. Okay, we have so many models are there. Document object model. Okay, different organizations have defined different standards. One of the standard is actually W3C standard. World Wide Web Consortium has its own standards to define a DOM. That is called as a W3C DOM. Okay. So this document object model, W3C document object model, basically allows access the modification of all document content. Okay, and it is standard by worldwide organization called a W3C. It's a consortium recognized by all the countries actually. They have defined this structure, W3C DOM. We call it as a W3C DOM. So by using a W3C DOM, we can control all the elements inside a form. Okay. Okay. Then coming to this DOM compatibility, each browser has its own document object model compatibility. All browsers doesn't support all the features of JavaScript. This is also one of the reasons for a JavaScript limitations. Okay. One of the limitation, all enhanced features not work on IE or Firefox. Okay. And some of the feature will work on a particular browser. The reason is actually these browsers is not allowed or not compatible enough to execute those functions. That's why we can't execute certain advanced functions developed under a JavaScript. Okay. Now
Okay.
coming to DOM methods. What are the methods we use under DOM? See, we have so many methods out there. We use a document.body, document.default view, document document element, okay, and so on. So these methods basically support all the methods available in the existing DOM. Okay, what are those methods? What are the properties it supports? We can create an attribute. Okay, if you want to add an attribute to the particular element, we can simply use a document.create. It simply returns a newly created attribute. Okay, so if you want to create a comment, we can simply use a document.create comment. Similarly, if you want to create an element, we can definitely do that by using document.create element. If you want to create a text node, you can do that. If you want to return the elements of the document that has specified value, then you can use it get element by ID. You have to pass ID. If you want to return a array of nodes by using name, we can use get elements by name. Get element is different, get elements is different. Okay, we'll go through
Yeah. Okay.
one by one. Better. First one is, first and foremost method is create attribute. Okay, so what it does, it simply returns newly created attribute node. Okay, with the specified name. You have to provide the name actually. So the syntax is very simple. Document dot create attribute. And you have to pass the name. Okay, and similarly, if you want to create a comment, okay, you simply use a document.create comment. Similarly, if you want to create a empty document fragment, then you simply use a document.create a document fragment. And if you want to create a new element, all entirely new element, we can do that by using a document.create. Document.create element. Okay. And you have to pass a tag name. It might be an input or it could say input. You add one more okay element. You can simply add a input. Okay, and then get element by ID. If you want to return the elements by using ID, we use a get element by ID. Document get element by ID. You have to pass the ID. Similarly, if you want to fetch the list of elements by using name, right? There are multiple elements with the same name. That's why we can able to use a get elements function by name. So the difference between ID and name. ID is very unique. That's why you can fetch only one element. But a name is not unique. We can have multiple objects with the same name. Hence, we can use a get elements by name. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Similarly, there are so many elements with the same tag name. We can use it document dot get elements by tag name. We have to provide the tag name. That's all. Okay. So these
Yeah,
are
okay.
the very frequently used methods. Okay. So basically, we use these methods to manipulate our document or page. Okay, these are very easy to manipulate document elements using DOM standard. DOM means document object model standards provided by W3C. Okay. So any one of these methods can be used. Get element by ID, get element by name, get element by tag name, any one of the three. See, not only elements actually, we can see basically returns okay set of elements. If you want to fetch only a particular element, Control C and get element by name can be used. Similarly, if you want to fetch a particular element with the tag name, you can do that by using tag name by tag name. Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay, sir.
these elements basically returns only one element, only one unique element. Okay. So here you have to pass a name, and here you have to pass a tag. Hope you know the tag. What is tag? Tag is nothing but input A, okay, H1. Those are actually tags. Clear? So I'll write very simple.
Yeah, sir.
I don't want to take much time here. Otherwise, shall we catch up tomorrow? Well,
Yeah, okay, sir.
yeah. So we'll discuss this DOM structure and then we'll wind up JavaScript. Okay, but I will let you know tomorrow class because I'm not well today. If I'm okay, then I will take. Otherwise, we'll catch up on Monday. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'll,
So tomorrow, Monday is a completely JavaScript, sir.
yeah, we'll complete JavaScript. What else is there in JavaScript? We have discussed all the
No, sir,
concepts.
nothing.
Nothing is
Yeah,
there.
it says
We have covered in and out.
like totally Python, yes, sir. Conditions, control
Python is
statements,
over,
like
HTML is over, CS is over, JavaScript is over. Okay. And then we will discuss a little bit Bootstrap also. Bootstrap is required. Once Bootstrap is over, then we can get into the framework. Framework is very simple. Basically, we need to understand the configuration. Okay. But
yeah, sir.
Bootstrap, have you?
Understanding, sir. Models like use serializers, everything is understands, but I didn't get answers. Like
have you attended any interview, Suresh?
no, sir. Just I do the one projects, then I will attend the interview. So that's I didn't
Okay.
any projects, sir.
Do you have resume with you? Please share your resume also. See.
Yeah, okay, sir. I will share my resume also, sir.
Okay. Okay, then we'll catch up on Monday. If possible, I will
Yeah,
tell you if we have class tomorrow.
yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
bye, sir.
Yeah. Bye.